not. Joining me now to talk about this, former Colorado Congressman and Ted Cruz supporter Tom Tancredo. He's now president of the Rocky Mountain Foundation. I'm also joined by Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger. He supports Senator Marco Rubio. Welcome.
Hey, good to be here.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. Tom, I just wanted to start with you because you changed your party affiliation from Republican to independent. I just wondered why.
Well, because, frankly, it goes back quite some time, even when I was in Congress, and I recognized that the Republican Party generally was not the party that I thought I was in terms of its conservative nature. It had lost it, and things got worse over a period of time. And finally, during my last run here in Colorado for the Republican Party nomination for governor, the Republican Party actually under the head of the Republican Governors Association, a guy by the name of Chris Christie, actually came into this state the last week of that primary, spent actually laundered $250,000 through a different organization against me. So I figure it was a mutually beneficial arrangement that we leave each other.
So why are you supporting Ted Cruz over Donald Trump then?
Well, because from my point of view, I enjoy that outsider thing. You know, I am against the establishment, drives me crazy, like so many people. But, you know, people like Carly, when she was still in it, and Dr. Carson, these people are outsiders, and Donald Trump. They're outsiders, it's true, but it's easy for them to be an outsider. It's easy for them to criticize the establishment because they're not in it. You criticize the establishment while you're in it. You stand up on the floor of the Senate and call the majority leader a liar, and I'm telling you, that takes guts. I appreciate that. He is a man of principle. He has got a lot of courage, and there's substance behind him. So I like him a lot, and certainly I support him. Okay,
so Adam, you support Marco Rubio. He's got kind of a strange strategy because he's not slated to win any states on Super Tuesday. That would be today, but he's waiting for his home state of Florida to pull out his first win. So how can he possibly think he can beat Donald Trump when Donald Trump will probably have a number of wins under his belt?
Well, look, yeah, I mean, Donald Trump is definitely in the catbird seat right now. There's no doubt about it. But Marco Rubio is a strong second in most of these states, may win a state or two. We'll see. Probably it'll definitely be a strong Trump night. But what's going to happen is people are going to realize Donald Trump cannot be our party's nominee. I mean, he's a fourth grader in terms of how he talks, how he debates, how he talks about people. And they're going to coalesce behind Marco Rubio, the guy that unites this party. Look, Ted Cruz, probably a wonderful person, but at the end of the day, very divisive. You do stand on the floor and call the majority leader, you know, bad names and call your colleagues bad names. That's not a way to unite a party. So Marco Rubio is definitely the guy that's going to do it. And I think at the end of the day, look, Donald Trump cannot beat Hillary Clinton. It's very obvious. All you have to do is look at the polls. All you have to do is look at the people he associates with. You know, he has a hard time disassociating himself with David Duke and then blames it on an earpiece, which is ludicrous. He can't be our party's nominee, and I'm going to scream as loud as I have to say he's not the guy.
On the other hand, let's talk about Ted Cruz. I know he won Iowa. He's ahead in the state of Texas, but what if Donald Trump gets very close or beats Ted Cruz in Texas, Tom? Does that mean, does that spell the end of Ted Cruz?
So, frankly, I don't know how anybody really survives Super Tuesday if they can't win their home state. I think it's pretty much over with. But here's the thing to be aware of and mindful of. Donald Trump's major support, 29% of his actual support base, comes from Democrats and unaffiliates. Okay, great. In terms, you know, it's ironic because during the intro there, when we were talking, and you heard him talking, he was talking about that as being a great strength, and indeed it is in a general election. However, there are 31 states coming up, primary states, in which the primary is closed. That is to say, only Republicans can vote in those primaries. And in those states where only Republicans can vote, actually, believe it or not, Ted Cruz has an advantage, or did up until a couple of days ago. I haven't seen anything very recent. Because, you know, it's just a strange kind of anomaly in terms of the primary process. But it's not over with. If Ted wins today in Texas, Oklahoma, a couple of other states, I assure you, he's still in this race, and in fact, it could easily go to a brokered convention at the end of the day because of these 31 states that have closed primaries.
And Congressman Kinzinger, and I hear you, Tom, but I want to, but both of it sounds like such pie in the sky from both of you. Is it?
No, look. Look, I think obviously Trump's in the best position. I mean, we'd rather be in his seat, but look, at the end of the day, people are going to realize this guy can't be our nominee. He's going to fail in the general election like many of his businesses, Trump Mortgage, Trump College, Trump Vodka, which tasted so bad nobody bought it, by the way, and some others. And so I think they're going to realize that he can't be our nominee, and they're going to see Marco Rubio in a very strong position. An optimistic guy, by the way, somebody that talks about a vision, unites the party, and I think they're going to get behind him. We've got a lot of time. Super Tuesday is obviously a big chunk of the delegates, but it's proportional, keep in mind. You know, you go to the primaries beyond, including March 15th in Illinois. I think Rubio is going to be sitting in a very strong position and be the guy that overtakes Donald Trump eventually. But it's a lot of real estate ahead.
Yes, you're right about that. Congressman Adam Kinzinger, Tom Tancredo, thanks to both of you.